Let's see. Around there we go. Hey everybody. So I've been trying to do this live stream for a while now. Not necessarily a while tonight, but a while in general. Let me set this down. Make sure I got everything set up correctly. Just alright, good charge, all that, we're good. Okay. So, I did just get back from Bob Jones University and a thing called College Up Close. Um, but I wanted to talk Halloween Horror Nights 28. I did speculation a while back about Stranger Things and It. Um, and there have been some new rumors, and I've been reading forums more and Attractions Mag and stuff like that. So I'm really excited. And we'll just see what kind of becomes of the rumors. But I'm going to talk. Got a few kind of topics I want to touch on. So far, Ifrit has been tweeting hints for, I'd say, 3 different houses. And then dates have pretty much been confirmed because the park hours came out. When was it? Maybe 2 weeks ago for September, and they close starting the 14th at 5, which means that is a Horror Nights event night. So looks like the projected dates are September 14th through November 3rd, with select dates as usual, not every single night. But then again, tickets haven't gone on sale yet. They could just be doing that to swerve us, so you never know. But anyways, let's get right into houses. Number one, top of everyone's list, I'd expect, is being heavily rumored on Inside Universal forums, which I read and comment on. They've been, it's been teased by Ifrit on Twitter, who, if you don't know who the Ifrit is, it's some random person we don't know, but has very reliable information and sources because last year he got most everything right before it was announced. So this year I'm expecting him to be right. So I hope he is because his not really speculated, but his rumored, hinted lineup is pretty amazing. But he's hinted at it. Attractions Magazine has discussed rumors. IU, Just Theme Parks, all of those. Stranger Things. I love that show. Huge fan of that show. And going through a house of that would be incredible. I love that environment. Um, Part of the thing of just being in the environment is really cool to me. Where if you saw the thumbnail, that's Ashy Slashy from Ash vs. Evil Dead. Um, just being in that environment, especially once I came home and watched the show after I went, it was really cool. Even though it's a much very high content show, and so there's a lot they could not put in that house, just content wise. But Stranger Things, they should be able to put everything in. I would think there's nothing in there that would cause any problems for HHN because it's on the same vein in terms of rating as Halloween Horror Nights is, um, but it is a little bit more sci-fi than it is horror. So not sure how that would translate, but as a fan of the show, I hope it translates well, and I would love to see it come. Number two, moving on to other houses that I am pretty much just as excited for. This one I would say is even, if not more, in rumors than Stranger Things, but I am addicted to Stranger Things, so I'm kind of biased. But anyway, it, the 2017 version, not the 90s miniseries. Um, that movie, I've seen clips of it. I haven't been able to go back and watch through the whole thing yet, but oh my gosh, it is amazing. The scares in it are incredible. Projector Pennywise. That's all I want to say. I hope Projector Pennywise is in that house. Um, just like Ashy Slashy was in Ash vs. Evil Dead. Not in a comedy vein, I don't think. I mean, I kind of nah, it wouldn't be the comedy house of the year. I honestly don't know what would be, but if they don't have an IP comedy house, hopefully an original comedy house. Because Ash vs. Evil Dead was hysterical. I freaking love that house. I love that maze. Cannot speak enough praises about it. Anyways, um, I feel like it could translate really well. There are enough iconic scenes, and it's a huge draw. Only issue is rights, but Warner Brothers does have the rights to it, and I think, as long as it's pushed as just it on its own and not like Stephen King tied to it, I really think they could get the rights to it. And from what I've seen, Universal has pretty much triple locked the IP lineup this year already. So, yeah, um, that is such high potential to be a house. Next up, Trick or Treat, the 2008 horror anthology film. That was my favorite scare zone this year by far. Most beautiful. It won all kinds of awards across the board, not only by Universal, but by theme park magazines and associations and all that kind of stuff. I think the GP rated it very well. It was very highly um, received, um, and Universal, especially when you see things like Purge and Walking Dead, that keep coming back. Walking Dead has been gone for a while, but Purge coming back year after year. Walking Dead being at the event 5 straight years. Oh my gosh. Um, but you can tell they like to reuse a lot of stuff. And I think this would be a very good property to do that. Um, the property is I've seen the movie, and so the scare zone was great and it touched on every single aspect of the movie. But I feel like a house could be so much more faithful, um, and they could use the props and costumes they already have, because walking through that scare zone was still walking through the movie, but there was so much stuff. Like you could have gone inside the final in the old man's house with Sam, and oh, that would be so cool. But anyways, moving on. I would love to see that. I think it's coming. Ifrit confirmed it today on Twitter. Um, Not that I know he has the best information ever. I don't know the guy. I don't know who it is. Don't know if he has a clue what he's talking about, but based on his information last year, it looks like Trick or Treat's going to be a house, which logically and financially for Universal makes perfect sense. Moving on, next one I've heard a lot of talk about is Blumhouse. I'm gonna kind of touch on both Another Horrors of Blumhouse, kind of as a part two to last year, and Blumhouse's Halloween, and Five Nights at Freddy's in the same vein. In terms of Five Nights at Freddy's, I don't think that's coming to the event this year, um, unless something crazy happens and some rights fall through for something else, and we see FNAF come as a replacement. We're talking about but the problem I see with Five Nights at Freddy's at HHN is it has such a mainstream child audience, and for such an upper teenager adult event as Halloween Horror Nights is, I don't see that doing well. I do like it as a game. It does get repetitive really quickly, but I feel like it could translate well into a house due to the environments that it's in. But just there, it would have to be, in my opinion, in a Horrors of Blumhouse Part 2. I didn't go in the house this year just because I didn't have time and I hadn't seen any of the movies yet, so it wasn't high on my list. Only IP houses I went through were Shining and Ash. Both were phenomenal. So that Five Nights at Freddy's, I don't think is coming. Horrors of Blumhouse Part 2, I think is possible, but what I think is more possible is Halloween, because it'll be good to promote it, and then once the movie does come out, October 19th, during the run of HHN 28, you'll be able to walk through the movie. Before that, it'll be like a living trailer. So I'm really excited. I know it might be repetitive for some people that have seen because Halloween, the original Halloween came in 2014, Halloween 2 came 2016, and now here we are 2018 or 28 in terms of event chronology. Um, and Michael Myers could be back again. Some people might not like that. I haven't been able to see him at the event because this is my second year going, and yeah, I'm super excited. I hope Halloween comes. Um, Next one, I've been hearing a lot of rumors at, and this I am as excited, or this I'm probably most excited about. And so there are two sides to this rumor, and um, the main rumor is that we are getting a Nightmare on Elm Street, and Hollywood is getting ugh, Universal Classic Monster mashup. Um, I really want Nightmare on Elm Street to come. That is my favorite horror movie of all time, favorite horror franchise. I love it. And I try not to sound stereotypical, but it's got a great backstory. And the original movie, was just so well done. Wes Craven is a genius. And, I really hope it comes. And it would be next in their horror classic, like they've done The Shining and the original Halloween. Movies like that. And The Exorcist in 2016. I'm trying to think of all the different examples I can, but American Werewolf in London 2013, and again at 25. Um, it, I, I'm just gonna leave it at that. I really want it to come, but the other side of the rumor, and this I would not be as excited about, but I think it would be really cool, especially considering the other things we have in the lineup, is Orlando getting last year's Titans of Terror. Not exactly the same maze, but Freddy, Jason, and Leatherface in one maze in some form, capacity, something like that. I would be up for that. I would be game. Leatherface terrifies me, and I don't really want to go into a maze with chainsaws, but I made it through Ash vs. Evil Dead last year, and so I think I could handle a Titans of Terror maze. I would love Freddy and Jason. Leatherface would scare the crap out of me, which is good. That's what I'm at HHN for. So, you know, I just want to see a maze solely on Nightmare on Elm Street because this would be too similar to Freddy vs. Jason, and I really want just Freddy. I really want just Freddy. Um, Trying to think if there's any more rumors in terms of how's it the thing. I haven't heard much on that recently, so I have no idea. Um, but yeah, so I wanted to make sure I got this out and talked about HHN to you peeps, and I've really enjoyed it. It's been a lot of fun, and I hope you guys enjoyed it as well. Leave down below what you think's gonna come to HHN this year, and what you're most excited for going, if you're going to the event. Um, just any thoughts you have on Halloween Horror Nights this year, because I'm super excited, and we still have 6 more months, less than 6 months, you guys. Um, but I'm just at least ready for an announcement. But yeah, so thank you guys for watching. Like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next live stream or video. Depends on what I have time for.